Let's do a quick video on how worm drive saws aren't right-handed saws. This is a conventional Sidewinder saw. It's a full 7 1/4 diameter blade. Blade's on the right-hand side. Operator's on the left if they're right-handed. This is a conventional saw as far as I'm concerned. You can see through this window to the blade. When you're making a cut, I can see exactly where I'm at. Now here's a situation where it's, people consider a worm drive saw, which is what this is, with the blade on the left-hand side as an operator with the right hand. Oh, it's so nice because I'm looking at my blade. I can see where I'm at. That's what they say all the time and call this a right-handed saw. But here's a situation where you understand now what the problem with that is. If I want to take a little bit off, if I'm always keeping the work, if I'm almost always keeping the left-hand side of the work, the wood, and I'm discarding the right-hand side, as the right-hand side piece gets smaller and smaller, not only is it falling away, there's less and less of a ledge for the other side of the saw to sit on. So if I have a conventional 7 1/4 inch Sidewinder saw, you notice the blade's way over on the right-hand side of the shoe. So look at all that shoe on the left that's going to stay on the piece that I'm keeping while I take a little skim coat off the edge of this piece of wood here and dial it in with a handheld circular saw. It is sort of a higher level task, and the average person doesn't necessarily want to do this little operation like that, but for somebody who uses this all the time, and I want to make sure that that's at 90 degrees or at whatever particular angle that I need. And especially across a long piece or a wide piece of lumber, a 2x12 like this. So if I pick this saw up and I go to do that operation, you notice not only is my hand way the hell back here in another state, I've got the tiniest little corner of shoe on the work, okay? And most of it hanging off to the right along with the weight of the saw. So maintaining 90 degrees as I move through this cut is a far more difficult task. I'm further away from the center of gravity of this saw with this handle back here. It has some applications. But really, what I'd rather do is get a left-handed blade saw in a 6 1/4 or 6 1/2 diameter, whatever they saw, the mini version of this with the blade on the other side of it, even lighter than this. And for operations when I genuinely need the blade on that side, some super tight constricted space or what have you, I can pop that saw out of the box. Now I don't have to run a cord, zing, and go back to using a full-size conventional Sidewinder saw for almost every application. I can rip 12-16 feet of lumber all day with this and a big battery on it, no problem. So I'm just tired of hearing about, worm drive saws as right-hand saws. They're just not. They're just a very specific application saw as far as I'm concerned. This is the all-day bread and butter saw. And then if I need to cut deeper, or I need more power and significant torque, the way that they market this here has got way more torque than the Sidewinder, I'll just get that 10 1/4 inch saw out of the box with a 3-inch something, cut depth, and I'll plug him in 15 amps and we can cut 7 sheets of sheathing or something with that if that's what we need to do today. But again, all day, every day, full-size 7 1/4 Sidewinder saw. That's a right-handed saw.